Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
From midnight tonight, it will be against the law to make or supply so-called legal highs. These are chemical substances that mimic the effect of illegal drugs like cannabis and cocaine. Hundreds of thousands of people have been buying them online or in specialist shops. That will stop because the government says the drugs can be deadly. But as Angus Crawford reports, not everyone is convinced a blanket ban will be effective.
It's legal now, but banned at midnight.
This is our packing station. This is where we take the raw chemicals.
This firm supplies legal highs, which mimic the effects of cocaine. Today, it's a thriving small business. Tomorrow, an illegal supplier of dangerous drugs.
This is goods we sell. We get up to a turnover of about $500,000 from something that started off in a third bedroom.
The man behind the business doesn't want to be identified. He now plans to take it abroad and thinks the ban will do more harm than good.
I think it would just drive up deaths, just straight away by making them illegal. People are then going back over to illegal drugs. Crime rates are going to go up because prices of illegal drugs are going to be a lot higher than £15, £20 a gram. They're going to be paying £50, £70 a gram.
But look what legal highs can do. Users out of control in a city centre. One reason the government is banning what it calls an abhorrent trade. Those who supply these drugs aren't there to pick up the pieces. Paramedics in Birmingham can get 4 call-outs a day. Recently, Cameron McVitie had to help a man who was having severe fits.
We entered the property to find a gentleman unconscious, not in cardiac arrest, actually round his toilet. All of a sudden he made a rapid recovery, jumped up, started to get really aggressive, punching his own walls in his flat, putting holes through his doors by kicking them.
Legal highs were linked to more than 100 deaths last year, including that of Brodie Harrison Merritt, who was just 28. His mother says he took the drug with a friend at a New Year's Eve party.
He died in the early hours of the morning on the Friday, never regaining consciousness. His body had just shut down completely. I think he strongly believed that because they were legal, they were safe. And I think this is what lots of people believe. And they think it's just something you can take when you go to a party, just get a little bit of a buzz off it, and it's not going to harm you.
Hundreds of thousands of young people regularly use so-called legal highs. The question is, now they're no longer for sale in shops like these on the high street, will the trade die out or simply move underground?
The reason these powders are so risky is that you don't know how much to take, you don't know how potent it is, you don't know how long before you get high.
Experts on drug policy believe the new law may have mixed results.
I think that's going to lead to a reduction in use, particularly by young people, and I think that's going to be a good thing. But the group who are already using these drugs, who are most vulnerable and marginalised, the law will make no difference to them. They will remain vulnerable, there will be people stockpiling and selling to that group. But the people selling won't be paying tax now, it'll be street dealers and criminal networks.
Suppliers are already shutting down, but will the ban solve the problem or simply push it out of sight? Angus Crawford, BBC News.
Well, with me now is our special correspondent Lucy Manning. Lucy, just last week you were reporting on what these drugs can do.
Well, that's right. We saw the effect they were having in prison, helping to cause more violence, more health problems, emergency services being called out on average every 20 minutes, and that having an impact on ambulances in the community. And because people outside could just go and buy them in the shops, it meant they could make great profits in prison. But this has been a problem across towns and cities for some time. Police in Rochdale just today warning about the consequences of legal highs when 9 men had to receive either hospital or ambulance treatment after taking them. One man's heart actually stopped there. I mean, the big question is, will it work? What it will do is take them out of the shops. That will drive the prices up, so it makes it harder to buy. But drug dealers could step in. Police are warning it could migrate to what's called the dark web, the bit of the internet that's hard to trace. And also Ireland had a ban in 2010, but deaths have gone up since then, and ministers say that this is possibly not the silver bullet. But for those who think, well, these drugs are legal and therefore safe, that will now change.
All right, Lucy, thanks very much.